I'm gonna share. Make a host. Okay, Kathy, you should have the ability now to be able to share your screen with us for your PowerPoint. So whenever you're ready, we'll turn it over to you. Looks good on my end.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Welcome to Echo Lake. This is our the north and center wings of our building, which opened in August of last year. And the south wing of our building will be opening within the next week or two. So very exciting times here. So these are a lot of the questions that we hear most often, and I'm sure you all hear too, to try to identify what we offer here at Echo Lake. So what we call ourselves is a 55 plus retirement community. And so a lot of the people ask, you know, is there a buy-in? We are a rental community. So here it's a month-to-month rental. It's a very all-inclusive rent here. Things like all of the utilities are included. Weekly housekeeping is included. We have a dining program that I'll get into in a little bit. Transportation, concierge and porter services. So all of those things are bundled into one monthly rent. The one thing in terms of utilities that isn't included is a landline telephone that people can choose to use or not. Most do not. All of the independent living apartments have a full kitchen. The finishes that you see here in this picture are standard, so stainless steel appliances. We offer two styles of cabinetry. They're all the shaker style cabinets that are either in like a Cape Cod gray or an espresso brown color. And every apartment does have a full-size washer and dryer. Some even have, like you see in this picture, a laundry room, which a lot of people love. So full-size washer and dryer in every independent living apartment. Here there's within the whole community, as well as Sage Life, our parent company, a big theme and motto is we go where the residents take us. So there's a very flexible dining program. It's basically all day, anytime dining. There are some spaces in the building that were, that were left empty, so that as residents move in, they are going to decide whether or how to use those spaces. So the residents that are here now already decided to use one as a library, but then the others are going to be up to residents' discretion as to how to use them. So it's a very resident-focused philosophy here. So this shows one of our dining rooms. It's actually a combination of two dining rooms. We have two pubs, a cafe, and then these dining rooms for both. The cafe is a little bit more casual dining, and then the dining rooms that you see are for fine dining. Our dining director, Patrick Moen, describes the food here as sophisticated comfort food. So it's excellent food, and there's resident input into that too. There's a dining committee that discusses different, ideas for menu items. And it's a flexible dining program here, so it's a point system as opposed to a set number of meals a day. So every resident gets 600 points to use as they want. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, even guest meals can be used with those points. So a lot of people like that. It's flexible. They're not tied into a meal a day or any set amount of meals. And we are pet friendly. We actually, the front of our building faces Echo Lake, which, fun fact, was formerly a quarry. And if you come here, when you come here to visit, you'll see outside there's a big rock that was pulled from the quarry. And we use it for our number 900 to show our street number. That rock is 40,000 pounds and it's the size of 3 elephants. So that came right from the quarry. And the back of our building faces the Cedar Hollow Preserve, and there's a nice trail through there. So it's a very nice spot to take your dog. So probably what makes us a little different from other communities is that we are kind of a resort style community. The finishes in the apartments, as well as a lot of the amenities, are things that you might see in resort style living. And there are wellness programs here to keep everyone healthy, active, and engaged. So what you saw in the dining room slide was our main dining room. We do have a rooftop dining area. So the 5th floor is the top floor of our building. There's a pub there, and this kind of shows a garage style door that can open up and have indoor outdoor seating. So it's a really cool spot. And again, it overlooks the Cedar Hollow Preserve. So the views are just fabulous. And then the photo below that is our 1st floor pub. So before COVID hit, we were having part of what was included in the monthly fee is a daily happy hour. So every resident was offered 2 complimentary drinks. That was part of their monthly fee. We've obviously not been doing that quite yet, but look forward to starting that up again. But in addition to that, I mentioned there's a concierge and porter services here. So concierge is here throughout the day until 9 o'clock. And there is a porter available. So if, for example, you had a trunk full of groceries and wanted help to bring them to your apartment, the porter's available to that. There is a climate controlled underground parking garage. People love that. And now that the weather is changing, we'll like it even more. We do have the shuttle bus trips to area shopping and entertainment venues, as well as personal transportation within a 10-mile radius. And then there is a salon and spa, awesome fitness center. And there's also connected to the fitness center is a virtual sports room. So residents can golf or skeet shoot virtually. And it's a lot of fun for them when we can have groups back here and visitors back in the building. It was a hot spot. This is Kelly Andrus. Kelly is the president and founder of Sage Life. So Sage Life is the company that owns Echo Lake. And she's really been a pioneer in senior living. There are 7 Sage communities, 4 in Pennsylvania, 1 in New Jersey, and then 2 that are being built in other states. But Kelly actually brought her family and lived in one of the communities when she started it for a year. So she really got a feel for what it's like to be in a community setting, and is really pioneering the thought that, you know, a move to a community is something to strive for and to aspire to, and is looking to make, you know, aging, change the, as it says, the negative paradigms around aging. She's in our building a lot, so she's very visible and great with our residents, talks to everyone anytime anytime she's here. So this is the mission of Sage Life and our We Care values. We are just a couple weeks ago, we had a big orientation. Obviously, we are bringing on new associates because our assisted living and memory care neighborhoods will be opening very soon. So we had a large group of them start at the same time, and we had a Camp Sage Life, and it was a week-long orientation, which had a kind of a camp theme. Everyone, I think at first was a little skeptical, but by midweek, everybody was enjoying it and getting to know each other, you know, your teammates really well, because you're doing not only typical orientation things with them, but also just fun kind of camp style activities. So it was awesome because now they've started, even though we're not quite open yet, they're, you know, getting everything ready for our opening. And there's a real sense of team here because we all spent time together and got to know everyone really well. So that's one example of these We Care values. Another is that we have a daily huddle. It's at 10:15 every day, and it's in every Sage community at 10:15 every day. And so there's a huddle message shared that shows our values, or, you know, is an example of these We Care values that's read to the team. And then we share, you know, things that are going on that day, and then do a nice little cheer together. So it's nice to know that every community is doing that at the same time every day. Even on weekends, we do it. So you can see in the background of this photo, the Cedar Hollow Preserve. This is, once we open the south wing of the building, this will be our complement of apartments and care levels. So we will have 160 independent living apartments, 60 for assisted living, and 30 for memory care. And it is nice in both assisted living and memory care. There are one bedroom plus den, as well as 2-bedroom apartments. So if a couple wants to stay together, they have the larger style apartments. So this is a little bit dated because the construction is finished on the whole building. But what I circled was what's open now, the north and center parts of the building. And then so that houses 111 independent living apartments, as well as a lot of the amenities of the building. So this just kind of shows some of the interiors of our furnished models. They all have quartz countertops. The bathrooms are really nice, very spacious, and have those large walk-in showers. The first and second floors of the building have 10-foot ceilings, and the second, third, and fourth have 9-foot ceilings. So really opens up the space too. So this just is a couple other pictures of our models. Some are big in the bedrooms, some are big enough for a king-size bed. And then this south wing of the building is what will be opening in the coming weeks. So we're really excited to do that. And it's nice because this is a rendering, but if you came into the south wing of the building, it looks just like that. So even though assisted living is on the first and second floors, memory care on the third floor, it does resemble closely the independent living side. And the same amenities and all-day dining and lifestyle is being offered in assisted living too. I put this in here because we don't have any photos of our assisted living models quite yet. They're still a little bit, need to be cleaned up and yeah, cleaning mostly. But this is one of these is the floor plan of a 2-bedroom. So you can see the style of the assisted living, the size of the assisted living apartments. They all have a kitchenette. So full-size refrigerator, microwave, and sink. Same style bathrooms as in independent living with the walk-in showers. And then the 3rd floor of that south wing is our Connections Memory Care neighborhood. Really nice. It has an outdoor balcony, which is very, has some safety features, but still allows our memory care residents to have outdoor access. Mosaic is kind of our acronym or theme for our life enrichment program. So stands for, I always have to look at my cheat sheet, movement, outreach. Let me see if I can remember it. What's that? The S is, let's see, social, arts, intellectual, and curiosity. So those are the themes for all of the life enrichment programs. And then in memory care, we are adopting the TIPA SNO positive approach to care, as well as a person-centered care philosophy. So this is a pre-COVID photo of the outside of our building. There is a nice gathering area with this fire pit. There's a putting green and a court that doubles as a basketball court and a pickleball court. So there's some really lovely outdoor areas. Right now, that's a great spot for families to get together since we're not allowing visitors quite yet. So it's been a blessing. Actually, during COVID, we've had that space for families, but also during those, quarantine times, we had things like concerts and church services out in this courtyard area. And it's kind of surrounded by apartments, some of which have balconies. So, and some are not occupied yet. So even if residents didn't live in those surrounding apartments, we opened up the vacant ones so they could access the balconies and participate in those events. So this is our marketing team. On the left is Amanda Schwartz. She's our move-in coordinator. So once someone reserves an apartment, she works closely with them to bring them through the process to their actual move-in date. And then Mary Beth Cannon is in the middle, and I'm on the right. The two of us are the community relations directors here. And that's it. That's Echo Lake.
Thank you, Kathy. We had a couple questions in the chat. Okay. Two of them about dining. One about Janine asked how many dining points does each meal cost? And then Beth asked, can you purchase additional dining points?
So with the dining points, when you go to the dining room, it's weighted service. You get a menu and each menu item shows the points. So for example, one of my favorites, we have a salmon BLT, that's 9 points. A nice dinner probably is more in the range of 12 to 15 points. I always explain it as if you figure you have 16 points, 600 points, I'm sorry, for a month, that's basically 20 points a day. So you can use them for a nice dinner, or you can spread it out a little bit more if you prefer. We had been offering a a daily continental breakfast before COVID again too. So hopefully that's something we can offer again. And that was complimentary, 0 points. If someone, Beth, does go over the 600 points, those charges are just converted to dollars and added to their that month's bill.
And then Janine also asked about your licensure. That are you guys licensed as assisted living or personal care?
Very good. I should have mentioned that. We will be licensed for assisted living.
Anybody that's on live want to ask Kathy any other questions while we have her? I have the Facebook feed pulled up here, and we have several people watching live, but we don't have any questions.
I wanted to congratulate her on her new role.
Oh, thank you.
It's John Hall.
Hey, John. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. And I was particularly pleased to see Dr. Kerr and his wife Mims in the picture of the patio. I don't know if you've gotten to know them yet. They're great people.
That patio picture is great.
Yeah.
I know. I love that picture. They look like they're having so much fun.
I didn't realize at first that was from your community. I thought it was like a stock photo. They all look so happy and it's so
Nice.
bright.
And you have to say pre-COVID because no one's wearing a mask. So you're like, ah.
Sadly.
And I have to say, I think I miss the happy hours because we were moving a lot of folks in and we were there a lot. And it was really nice around 5 o'clock to be wrapping up a day and someone saying, you have to join me for a drink.
And Kathy, I want to comment on how much I love the food at Echo Lake. I've been there a few times and really enjoyed it.
Oh, great. Yeah, Patrick and his team does a great job.
And ironically, I graduated high school with Patrick. So that was my surprise when I saw him.
Oh my
in the
gosh.
community. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
that's
had
cool.
no idea.
I love the views from the back of the upper bar there, the little bar area. That's just an amazing spot. I would sit up there if I lived there a lot.
There is one resident whose apartment is directly across from there. And many times when I'm giving a tour, she'll be sitting there with her newspaper and coffee. You know, it's kind of an extension of her apartment. I
Would
can't
be
wait to
a-
see it in the fall when the colors change.
Kathy, are you guys hosting in-person tours or just Zoom tours?
We are doing in-person tours.
You are doing in-person tours. Okay.
And Kathy, one of the things that I think, I don't know if I missed it, I was a little late, but I thought was unique about your property is the diversity of floor plans, that you seem to have more floor plans than any other community that I've encountered, that a 1-bedroom is not a 1-bedroom and a 2-bedroom is not a 2-bedroom. They all have certain differences that are really very nice and charming.
Actually, in the part of the building that's open, we have 111 apartments here. There's 79 different floor plans.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's a challenge it's fun though, when you're trying to find that perfect. I just did it earlier this week. We had to find the perfect 1-bedroom and we were all over the building just to find the right one. Cause you're right, there's just little changes, whether it's where the windows are located. Some have balconies and patios, some do not. So yeah, there's a lot of different choices here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Kathy, do you have a pool? I may have missed that.
We do not have a pool.
You do not have a pool. Okay.
Hi, Beth.
Hello.
They're staged very nicely, all of your apartments.
Yeah, they
Beautiful.
look lovely. And we have I can't wait till we can take some photos of the assisted living models too, because they're really nice also.
So, anybody else have questions for Kathy while we have her? I really love that you got to show us everything, and I'm so excited for the other side of the building to open too.
Yeah, and
Your residents are very lucky.
do an actual tour that time.
Yeah, yeah. All right, great. Well, I have it. If anybody was watching here, either live on Facebook or here on the Zoom, and you know of a colleague or a friend that wanted to tune in but couldn't, feel free to share with them. It's on our Senior Serving Professionals Facebook page. All right. And I'll see you guys all next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Ellie.
All right, have a
Thank
great
you.
weekend.
Thanks, Sally. Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Kathy.
Bye.